In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. And nobody loves war more than the Orks. In today's build, I'm creating a Warhammer 40k diorama featuring an Ork Warboss leading a full-scale assault, with a massive heavy tank crashing through a building and a mob of Orks and Goblinz right beside him. This project is all about capturing pure destruction, chaos, and the unstoppable energy of a WAAAGH. So grab your paints, gather your bits, and let's bring this green tide to life. Alright, so we are back again with another Warhammer diorama. And again, another wall art diorama with the raw frame. So I got this heavy armored tank a while back, and I've been trying to find a reason to use it. So I finally got the motivation to put together this heavy armored tank, and to go with it, some orcs. And apparently it did belong to the orcs, because I googled it and it's an orc kind of tank, so I went with it. So the idea for this diorama project will be that the heavy armored tank is obviously being operated by a bunch of orcs, and they're doing a big orc charge, and they're running through the lines of the soldiers here for the, I'm going to use like one soldier from the Astra Militarium, or Cadia, whatever you want to call it, and they're just putting a big push, but not just any push. They're pushing this tank through a church, and it's gonna be like them coming through the church while the war boss is holding on the side of the tank. And of course, all orcs are disorganized and crazy, so all the orcs, some of them are riding on the tank. One of them is inside the barrel of the tank, ready to be launched out and be shot out. So that's the idea for the diorama. So after placing the pieces together and I'm figuring out where they're going to be, I'm taking a old wall art, which I originally had for another diorama, but I didn't like how it looked and felt, so I took out the diorama out of the frame and repainted the backdrop, because it was originally supposed to be a Colosseum that I worked on, which I haven't posted yet. It's just sitting on top of my shelf that I finished, but hasn't been shown. But yeah, anyways, so I repainted the backdrop to, like, again, that fire and red in the background, like there's a war going on, and it's like mid-afternoon, midday-ish. And yeah, so after that, I placed a piece of wood that I got from Hobby Lobby that was on clearance. I broke it into piece to reach and fit into the frame. And after that, I used some texture paste that I got from Monument Hobbies, and while it was wet, I placed these pieces of the church. This is a piece of a set from a church that I got from Pegasus Hobbies, or Pegasus. I got it from a flea market, and I took the piece, cut the piece in half, and split it up to make it look like it's the end of a corner of a church, and the tank would be bursting through it. After that, while the texture was still wet, I sprayed some isopropyl alcohol and some watered down glue and put some extra dirt and soil on the paste. While that was drying up, I'm putting together all the orcs that I'm going to use for the diorama. I originally had more orcs, but then after looking at it, I didn't realize how much space I was going to put. I also got the pieces from that church from the Pegasus and cut it up into pieces that is going to be like part of that corner that the tank is bursting through. After that, I primed all of the orcs, and they were ready to be painted. This orc here, I got 3D printed from a friend. He's part of this whole bunch of set that I got of orcs that are 3D printed, and I just went to town with it. I went with Grim Black for the armor, broadsword for like the armor metal looking stuff, and Shamrock Green to make sure those orcs are looking very green. And after that done, I started painting the other orc together with the same color scheme of green, black, broadsword, sword for the bolter of the hammer and his melee weapon, and shamrock green for his skin. And then after that, I went to town with the tank. So I only have two speed paint reds, which is Carmine Dragon Red and Blood Red. I did have Slaughter Red, I think it was called, but must have ran out or lost it because I can't find that bottle. So here I'm using Carmine Dragon Red. I think I should have used Blood Red because Blood Red looks like a more thicker, darker red, but Carmine Dragon right here is a way full-blown light red, but it was already too late and I already started and I didn't want to start over, so I just went with it. So I painted this heavy tank all red, and then after that I went to start painting the goblins I had on the tank. So this one goblin here that I had it from a previous kit I got from way back, a Warhammer kit, and all I did was cut off his one arm and half of his body so he can look like he's sticking his head out of the hatch of the tank to make it look like he's either the commander of the tank or the driver or the navigator. But yeah, and then I got a little, I don't know if they're called goblins, but I think they're called like something else. Oh yeah, so the orcs, yeah, so these are goblins. They're tiny ones. So I put that little one in the barrel and he's like pointing the direction of the attack or where to go. And I will later add on like a cotton explosion that I learned because my fiance suggested I should make it look like he's being shot out of the cannon. After I painted all that and attached those two guys, I put down a military shader wash all over the heavy metal armored tank looking thing. After the tank was done, I went into painting the church walls that are going to be broken up into pieces as the tank charges forward. So I went here with a grayish color to make it look like, and then I will later go on, I believe, with a wash of red or blue. I don't remember when I did it, but yeah. So I took my time. This was harder than I thought because this thing was solid plastic, and it took me a minute to break it up into pieces for this diorama. As you can see here, I went back for another coat of grayish black. After that, I went next to this Warboss guy I got from a 3D print thing. He was part of two misprinted box that I got, and I was able to rescue and repair it and give it a new purpose. I was going with this color scheme of like, I'm thinking red and yellow because I had to look up the orc color wheel because orcs believe in certain colors give them certain things, and I think yellow means explosions and red means like aggressiveness. So for this Warboss, I decided to go with half and half. So his right side will be yellow and black, and the left side will be red with metal. As I did his big claw on his right hand, I decided to make like a black and yellow to get it look like a caution or construction type feel. And then with his left side, I went with a full red, so like it's gonna be a red arm with claws. And then his main armor will be black, grim black. After I was done painting the tank and the works, I went back to the wall art diorama frame and painted that color scheme again because I actually covered up when I primed the frame black from earlier. So I went back with the fire in the background looking red in the middle and black at the bottom, color scheme. And here I'm putting the pieces together onto the tank and the diorama as the tank is breaking through the church walls. This was a process. I think my biggest issue was later on after I finished everything. I looked at it and it looked like you can barely see the tank in the photos, and I felt like crap when I did it, but I was already done and everything, and I didn't want to repair and go back to it, so I'm gonna leave it as is. But I love how it came out, mostly of the tank busting through the wall. Some of the orcs I am adding in this photo have already been pre-painted by me almost 4 years ago, and I just had it in my Warhammer extra Warhammer stuff bin because I try to keep everything separate by theme. After that, I started super gluing the two orcs on the side as like they're following the tank into war. And here I am painting the little goblins right here to attach to the tank. I think I have 3 goblins currently on the tank. One's in the back, like cheering on or that's the one behind the Warboss, and there's another one with a little pistol that's going to be set on the Warboss's hand as he sticks his hand out as they do the charge. This Warboss here I got from a misprinted box. It was not damaged or anything, it was just missing a lot of parts, and I had to scrum through the box to find these pieces, and I glued them together and gave a new purpose for this diorama. After he was mostly game painted, as you can see, I added a little goblin that will hang on the back when that has like a grenade, and it's like, I thought it was cute that these two goblins are hanging out with the warlord or warboss, you know what I mean. Still going with the color scheme of like the main armor will be black, as the sides will represent his personality or his trait of like being a very explosive and aggressive type of orc. Here I'm just tempted to draw black lines to give it like a caution look or construction, while the left side red gets all semi-low because, you know, red's red. I like blue. But yeah, so after that was done, I went painting the little orc to add to his hand. Alright, so like I said before, this Warboss was saved from a 3D print misprint, and I found all the parts together. After coloring everything there, the color that I wanted, I added the goblins attached to the Warboss. Here I am putting the the wall art frame black, and I'm making sure it's all black because that looks better. As I thought I was done with everything, my fiance did suggest I should put like fire or an explosion coming out of the tank, but I already had a goblin that's already inside the pipe or the barrel of the tank, so I thought of a cool idea of having it look like he's being shot or launched out of that barrel into battle, and I thought that would be a really cool idea to do, and I put that into this diorama. Well, that sucked. Well, after I fixed that little piece that broke off, I super glued the orc and the cotton into the turret right here. Oh, almost had that mistake again. But yeah, putting that thing right there, and we were good. Alright, after I think everything was put together and looked good on my end, I think this diorama was ready to go. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the glamour shots. And that's it for this diorama. From the shattered building and flying debris to the warring tank and charging horde, this scene captures a single explosive moment in the endless war of the 41st millennium. This was a fun project to build, and I hope you enjoyed following along with the process. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future diorama builds, miniature painting projects, and other hobby adventures. Let me know in the comments what faction or battle scene you'd like to see next. Until next time, keep creating, keep painting, and remember, WAAAGH!